Hi, this is Sally Morgan, physical therapist, craniosacral therapist, and Tellington T-Touch practitioners for animals and people. This is Tristan. He's a Corgi. And this is an episode of Conversations with a Corgi live from the Sheraton Hotel outside of Baltimore, Maryland, where we are at the World of Pets Expo. And of course, the tripod's in the car, and the mic is in the car, and the Corgi is flat because he's had a very exciting couple of days between the millions of people coming through our booth at the World of Pets Expo and then going to our T-Touch workshop. And I decided not to bring him to my harness talk and use a stuffed dog instead, which worked out because it was hard enough getting harnesses on a stuffed dog and flipping them upside down. And then, of course, the stuffed dog has no hair like the Corgi, so people could actually see the harnesses. And so it's been a really busy pet expo here so far. Bazillions of people have been in. My sister and I both were fully booked with speaking engagements yesterday, so we were unable to do the sales in our booths that we would have liked. I started my day with a 10 o'clock to 12:30 talk about T-Touch, and I had 7 people come, a couple of last-minute people, and it went really well. I think the people had a really good time. They learned a lot. We had really interesting dogs to work with and a whole variety of dog guardians, so that was so much fun, and I think a lot of those people will come to other T-Touch workshops in the area and maybe even come to the workshop with Linda in June. And then we raced back over to our booth this year with the car, not the wagon, so there was no loss of my stuff and my dog going down the hill. And that worked out perfectly, way better to use the car instead of a wagon to transport my stuff. And then I had about an hour and a half with just so many people. The aisles were so crowded, I could barely get my materials back to my booth. And luckily, my sister asked for them to move our booth, but they didn't. So I'm right behind the presentation area. So the person before me was demonstrating cat grooming, and she was kind enough to let me set up my PowerPoint stuff while she was talking, which was a good thing because all kinds of things went wrong. I don't know what it is about PowerPoint, but like every time I do a talk, there's some new problem I've never seen before. This time, my computer thought there were 2 screens, and it was trying to show the screen on the right, and I was trying to use the screen on the left, and thank God there's like 3 guys in the audience who do PowerPoint for their jobs and came running over to help me, which had people waiting a little bit while I was trying to talk. And then there was another problem once we got things working. The slides weren't advancing on the screen, and this young guy that's supposed to be helping people get their mics and things, he lost my entire talk. I don't know where it went. It went off the screen, and another young guy was walking by, and he came over and helped me and came back on. So today I have a talk at 11. It's my last one. It's my Connecting with Animals talk, which I care a lot about. It's the first thing on Sunday morning, which I think is a good time for it because Sunday is a good time for reflection about our lives with our animals. Look at these shark ears sticking up. Right, Biss? And last year it was the most highly attended workshop of the entire weekend, so I'm hoping it'll do that again this year, although my harness talk was pretty crowded. And I wish I had a way to video the harness talk, but most of what I said is available on my Conversations with a Corgi pages on YouTube, so you can look that up if you have any questions about harnesses. And I've sold maybe 4 T-Touch harnesses to people. I've been telling them to just try them and walk around with them, and they don't even get that far. They can already see it's better than what they had on their dog, and so that's a good thing because I've helped a lot of dogs. A couple of dogs were in pretty serious trouble with the harnesses they had, and there is a fellow with a great big dog who would like a better color selection than what I had, so he is going to be emailing me to order a harness and leash for a very large Dobe Roddy pit mix he has. And it's a great dog, and they're nice people, so the dog's going to have a good life, and he's going to have a harness and leash to match in the color that he wants. So that's exciting, and we have been selling a little bit of flower essences, nothing like last year, and people have been interested in this new product, the Sniffets. They're a little pad that you put essential oil on, a drop of a very weakened essential oil, and it helps calm your dog down or help him with a transition or help him focus for dog school. You can either put them on the collar or put them in the crate. I've been using a crate one for calming, which is mostly chamomile, for Tristan, and he really likes it, and he's a bit snarky. Are you snarky? And he has been much calmer in the booth. Dogs can actually come in my booth and walk around without the Corgi barking and snarking him up. So now they can get probably a foot from his box. And of course, any dog doesn't like another dog coming a foot from their box, so I don't blame him for that. But it's made him a lot happier. So these new things, Sniffits, are really good. I'll have them available on my website probably pretty soon. And my sister has been doing well. She has a whole different approach this year. Lots of people came to her talk. We've been helping a lot of people learn how to feed their dogs better, and coming up with some good solutions for large dogs, because raw can be expensive for large dogs. So it's been a pretty good time so far, and we're getting good rest in the Great Sheraton here, and the meals have been better than last year. I managed to bring a lot more food. Last year my cooler didn't make it into the truck, sat in the garage all weekend. So this year I brought a lot of food, and we've been eating right through it. So we'll be back at the Pet Expo in about an hour, and I'll be playing with the PowerPoint, and I will hopefully be able to do a Facebook Live from the expo. I really wanted to talk to this man. He's a rabbit enthusiast, and he had a great rabbit. I posted a picture of him on my personal page of the rabbit wearing sunglasses, which actually helped keep the rabbit calm in all the commotion going on. And this guy just loves bunnies. He's got lots of male and female rabbits, maybe 7 bunnies altogether, mostly lion head bunnies. Like me, he had one Mrs. Bunny who had a litter, and he has kept all the babies, and they're all different, and they're all amazing, and he is just wonderful. But he was a shy guy. A lot of my best rabbit clients are indeed single men who keep to themselves quite a bit. So he did not want to do a Facebook Live, which is too bad, because I'd love to do a Facebook Live with a rabbit person. The House Rabbit Society is here, and maybe I'll wrangle down one of those women in the booth to talk about bunnies later today. So it's going to be a fun day. It's raining here in Maryland, which means that a lot of people will say, I can't walk my dog outside. Let's go to the Pet Expo. And there are so many dogs here. I saw literally 100 dachshunds yesterday, and 3 or 4 corgis every day, and just lots and lots of pit bulls and rescue breeds. And German shepherds, beautiful German shepherds. And there's a cat show going on next to us. There's dogs doing the dock diving competition. So I'm sorry I can't read other than you said good morning. Yeah, it's a fun expo. And the one we're doing in April, the Super Pet Expo, this is the World of Pets Expo. The Super Pet Expo is outside New York City and even bigger. My sister pretty much sold out there last year of her materials and products. So that's going to be overwhelming for my Corgi. But he has his little box, and he's safe and happy in there with his Sniffit. So I will try to do another Facebook Live later today, but I didn't want to leave too much time between them. And I had promised to do some from here, but it's just been a whirlwind. I really only had like an hour to sit and eat lunch and go to the bathroom and set up my booth a little bit before I had to do my next talk. And then after that, there was just crowds of people, and not easy to do a Facebook Live when there's crowds of people. So anyway, it looks like my sister's texting me. We're ready to check out. So thanks for joining us. We'll be back later today and or tomorrow, and Tuesday I'll be at my job as an educator. So we'll be back with a fascia talk on Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, and the music's in the car too. Say goodbye, Tristan. Okay, we're ready to go. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining us.